2. Thompson, Ramersdorf and Uriarte. Stand-up Austria, Quiles, Pratama, Peroni, Morelli on row 2. Thompson, Ramersdorf and Uriarte racing here ahead of Leonardo Zanni, and then you've got
back row of the grid, but he's got a double long lap penalty to perform because he made in
2A and 2B in the pre-show. This is one of the key overtaking spots on the circuit.
It is indeed, and one of getting out of it is concerned. It's because that track, the new, only won one Rookies Cup race so far, and that was in his first qualified 9th, down on the 3rd row. Just can't click here, he said. Let's hope he finds his way. Laps of Redbull MotoGP, and Rico Sermala gets a good drive, but it's the number 83 of Alvaro Carpe who's going to lead up the road into the first corner, with Rico Sermala on the 27 in second place.
Absolute textbook start that from Alvaro Carpe, off like a shot he was. The number 54, Veda Pratama, got a great jump, but secures it through there, all safely through at the moment. Good stuff from our rookies, keeping it tidy through there.
Absolutely superb stuff for them, but it is still the 83 of Alvaro Carpe that leads. He tried to make a move on Morelli, couldn't do it. Peroni is there as well. Uriarte still down in 8th place.
Marouche Moodley's made turn 6.
Back into 3rd gear here, before the second part of the left-hander. So crucial to get through here as you change through from 3rd to 4th to 5th.
Rico Sermala into the lead then, ahead of Alvaro Carpe. Marco Morelli there in 3rd place then, up from 6th. The good stuff are in.
Morelli up into 3rd.
Brilliant stuff. Well, if you cast your minds back to some 6 weeks ago or so, race 2 of Assa, Morelli just went off and he said, catch me if you can, everybody. That feels like what the likes of Rico and Carpe are trying to do here, but the problem is they got Quiles, Morelli and Peroni there.
Lost it coming out of the chicane, way back in the picture. I didn't see who that was.
I think that was Sullivan Mounsey there.
It is that leads, and of course he had a 1st and a 2nd hit last year. It really was the place that he just jumped into the limelight. Did absolutely superbly, did most of the leading. He, as I say, won one race and he got
the new lap record, although actually it's gone to in a moment.
And Veda for Pratama on 54, and somebody's taken a shortcut.
Christian Daniel Jr.'s taken a shortcut there.
Watching Bourne Race as a sensational series. Right, back with that lane. It is Kies who leads. Now, he didn't quite front-end chatter. I had so much front-end chatter, I ran right off the track. At least they said I found out where the limit was.
There you go. Well, I'll tell you what, that's exactly what his manager tends to do as well, Marc Marquez. Ega Pratama has moved his way back up to 5th position. He started in 4th. He went a little bit wide before. Quiles got the fastest lap of the race, although did he go wide again?
I think he did. Again, that's all blue, so if you're going to see the track limit,
what a move that was.
Superb stuff from Kies up the inside.
Yeah, and you can see with Carpe, well, it's not all going his way, is it?
No, it isn't. It isn't going Brian Uriarte's way. He's back in 8th. That's sort of where he qualified. I thought he'd by now be up back.
Veda Pratama now moves up into 4th position. This is a brilliant race so far from the Asia Talent Cup champion. We like to say that section in the middle do tend to go well here in Austria. Somkiat Chantra, plenty of podiums. I think
Uriarte, the points leader, but he's still back in like 8th place, and the lead now is in the hands of Alvaro Carpe. Let's see if they can stay off the green. They've really got to watch that.
Really shouldn't. Maximo, keep your eyes forward. Crack on.
Because Veda Pratama, and there's already a long lap penalty for poor old Hakim Danish already in the race. That's early. So there's the 54 of Veda Pratama.
Goodness me, into 2nd place. Quiles goes completely wide. Surely that's going to be, he's going to get a track limits warning after that one. As we see, it's a long lap penalty for Hakim Danish.
That disappointing qualifying. He was back on the 6th row. Right, fast back to battle this.
This is getting a little bit hairy now, with some of the riders getting very keen. As Rouche Moodley now punts Veda Pratama way back then. As we see, we got a long lap penalty for Evan Belford. That will probably be for the track limits. He had a warning earlier on. That's him getting a long lap penalty. So hear from those guys at the end of the race, or what they were doing, because those two riders in the way. What we saw Morelli doing in the British Talent Cup last weekend. First few laps, he was just sort of seeing the state of play, seeing what sort of moves people were playing. Then, where's he gone? Oh, 2A catches him out.
Just tucked the front going in there. It's
forward with Uriarte, trying to make a move up in towards 3rd place. Gosh, he cut an inside line there. Wow, 4th to 2nd for the 51, your series leader. Oh, Quiles is mine. That's the state of play then.
Okay, Clark with a long lap penalty. Right. Okay. So now you know, if we're talking about, are you worried about tyre wear? Are these guys saving their tyres, of course? In qualifying, Rico tyres will go the distance.
And they are all slower on that lap, though. It was quicker with 1:45.072. Veda has also got a scuff on the back of his leathers as well, near his bum. It looks like a tyre mark, so he's been rough and red collected, isn't he? Not much fades him as he's looking for a peek at the inside of his KTMs. Now they come into turn 9, the downhill braking zone. Who will be the last late breakers? Veda Pratama's come through into third. Don't know how he did that. Extremely impressive. But then it's Quiles now in a second place.
He's got to watch himself. He's in the middle of that pack. Across 7 laps, 6 laps remaining now. Ariate in third, behind Kia's Carpe, who leads, as I say, he was...
Because their man is fighting for a podium properly for the first time this season, although one of the leading group will be departing shortly because that's Guido Pini has a long lap penalty, so he's off the back of this group, or in the middle of the back of it, I would say. He's got to serve a long lap penalty now.
And Austrian now far enough ahead, they're not going to pick his slipstream up from there. I wonder if he can make a break for it. Has he got something up his sleeve?
Yeah, he's really trying, isn't he? But Veda is going straight after him, but Quiles, he's really good at breaking into turn 4, isn't he? And just also parking it in the middle of the apex. 28.
Right, so into the left-hander now in third gear. As I say, a quick burst of acceleration up into fourth, before back to third again, and then you've got to get the drive right. It's miles an hour.
Goodness me. So we got another long lap penalty in. It's for Christian Daniel Jr. and Joel Pons then. Christian Daniel
at all if he's got to go to the long lap.
The only variable is you do have a, as you see, Pini going in the long lap penalty. There are some best of the best. You are in the MotoGP Academy. Stay off the green.
Right, so Quiles has got to go for the long lap penalty. And now that Carpe could really do with being able to get completely clear of these guys so they can't pick up the slipstream.
1:45.7 for Pratama last time around. So, yeah, pace is starting to slow a bit.
Yeah, it is. So maybe they are, you know, as I say, we're only...
Quiles going up the inside into turn 8. Goodness me, that's not a normal overtaking spot. Maybe he's got whiff of that long nose. He needs to get a wriggle on. Veda Pratama up the inside. He's going to try and outbreak them all. He leads the Indonesian rider, the number 54, through turns 9 and 10. Although Quiles going up the inside again.
Oh, wow! He got a shake on then, didn't he? He did get a shake on. My goodness gracious.
Veda Pratama, that was brilliant. Quiles looking towards the side. He's going to have to do the long lap penalty. He needs to swerve over, but safely. He does. He goes in the long lap penalty. How will he manage it?
Valentine Peroni got the advantage.
Guido Pini, though, he's in 11th. He's behind Quiles, in fact, actually, after that one.
And Ariate has dropped back to 6th place.
Yeah.
So it's the 83 of Alvaro Carpe in 2nd place, Pratama in 3rd.
Peroni in the lead then. The other Argentinian, the rider that spent most of his summer break out in this training. But look at that, wide, and goes through Veda Pratama and Alvaro Carpe. Things are heating up, Peter. We have 6 riders up for the win. It is a 12-wheeler that is going to go all the way down to the wire.
It is. Wide there, didn't they? None of these guys can afford, you know, touching the green anymore. I think they've all pretty much touched it once or twice, so they've really got to be careful over these closing laps. 83 Alvaro Carpe has the advantage, but the 54 of Veda Pratama is there. He came up the inside. He's going to have the lead as they sweep into the right-hander. Can he hold on to it? He's drifting a little bit wide. Stay off the green, for goodness sake.
The big fans of in Rookies Cup years ago, didn't he? The Thai rider, very used to the Buriram circuit. Although it's flat as a pancake Buriram, it is like this circuit. Stop and go.
Tactical, and in fact, won race 2022.
There we are. So Veda, who's got plenty of experience in conditions like this. Max Quiles went really wide in the background there. Conditions like this and circuits like this in the Far East. He could be getting a victory here today, the 54.
He's looking very aggressive as he switches direction there, isn't he? Absolutely dynamite from the young lad on the 54. And Peroni is in 2nd place, ahead of the 83 of Alvaro Carpe.
Pretty much. You're well inside the top 10 of the championship. They have eked ahead. They are just that leading group putting in earlier on.
Yeah, and Brian qualified, as I say, back on the 3rd row, 9th fastest, and he was a full half a second slower than Mello. I thought he'd got something up his sleeve, but maybe he's still struggling to get the best out of the circuit.
Hakim Dinesh's race just goes from bad to worse. Another long lap penalty for him. Goodness me, this is one to forget. Down in 15th place, he'll probably lose the final point. Veda Pratama leading the way across the line then. It's all on on the table. Lay your cards down, lads.
Yes, and his best results, 4th so far, but he's leading it. He's side by side with Carpe. Who's latest on the break? It's Carpe that's latest on the break. Peroni comes up the inside. Pratama goes back.
The last of the late breakers. Pratama is lurking. Morelli's there as well, but it's all orderly through 2A and 2B. Brian Uriarte goes wide. He's going to be really frustrated with that. What about their run up towards turn 3? The next overtaking opportunity.
And it's back into first gear here. It's the slowest point of the track, just 66 kilometres an hour, 41 miles an hour.
Veda Pratama up the inside, but not quite. Carpe still leads. Of course, look at this then. There's still time. Morelli dives up the inside. Carpe runs it wide. There is a few bike lengths, Peter. Is it too late?
Uriarte there is back into 3rd place. He's got back in front of Kies. He knows that this is the battle for the points lead. 3rd and 4th place, while Carpe and Morelli deal at the front.
Here we go, Peter. Morelli, will he outbreak him? He looks for the inside. This is it. We got to focus on the win, guys. Morelli on the inside.
But will he drift right? And Carpe comes back underneath him on the run down the hill.
Someone's down. Morelli leads though into the final corner.
But will he get out? Can he stay?
Oh,
But no, it's going to be Carpe.
Who's it?
Surely
Who is
it's
it?
Carpe. It's going to be Carpe. He's going to win this one. He got the drive.
Brilliant. What a win.
Carpe to pass Morelli on the run now. Kies 3rd. How on earth did he do that?
Well, it wasn't quite a miracle, but it was very impressive, and it was Veda who went down. Oh, the poor lamb. He was so well done.
He's going to be disappointed.
Take it back. What happened? Like,
yeah.
Oh, he's up the inside. Oh, goodness. Just...
Yeah, I don't know whether somebody came across his nose there. Of course, we can't see from that angle
at all. It got a bit sideways, his rear stepped out, and then the front end goes light, doesn't it? And it's downhill. Maximo is raw talent.
Yeah.
He is raw talent. Who's going to be miffed is Brian Uriarte in 6th. He'll be... How nice is that?
Cheers.
Chris Daniel Jr. is clearly good mates with Alvaro Carpe. He's pumped for him. Marco
He didn't do anything wrong the whole race.
No.
You know, and there, Stolfer, 7th, great result for him.
He's cut. It is so far this season, that's for sure. His best finish previously was 12th. Good on him. So Kevin, his best one of the year. Final couple of laps, and Moodley and Zani. That top 4 then. That is going to be your main championship fight, I would say.
He was the youngest ever finisher of the Ertzberg. Too much, anyway. Anyway, he